We've talked about pods, deployments, and even storage. But here's the next question. What if your application needs configuration? Think about things like database URLs, feature flags, or API keys that aren't sensitive. You don't want to hardcode those inside your container image, because that makes your app rigid, and every small change means rebuilding the whole thing. That's where config maps come in. What is a config map? A config map is a Kubernetes object that stores configuration data as key value pairs. Think of it like a settings file, except Kubernetes manages it for you. Instead of baking config into your Docker image, you keep it separate, and then inject it into pods at runtime. How config maps are used. Config maps can be consumed in different ways. As environment variables inside a container, as command line arguments, or as configuration files mounted directly into the pod. Example walkthrough. Imagine you create a config map called appconfig. Inside it, you define two settings. Application mode equals production. Application color equals blue. Now, let's say you have a pod running Nginx. You tell Kubernetes to load values from appconfig as environment variables inside the container. When the pod starts, it automatically has two environment variables available. App mode equals production, and app color equals blue. Why use config maps? They separate configuration from code. You can update settings without rebuilding or redeploying the app. And they make applications portable across environments, development, testing, and production. In short, config maps are Kubernetes' flexible way of managing non-sensitive configuration.